Hello guys, my name is Ashlesa Goyal and I am in first year undergraduate at IIT Kharagpur. I have cracked my JEE this September and I am starting this channel because I want to teach you people mathematics, and also I'll be sharing some tips and tricks which I used to enhance my performance in JEE. So let us start with the topic of conic section. So in this channel we'll be covering different topics one by one, and I'll be teaching you the whole content, and also I'll be sharing my personal notes which I used to crack JEE. So let us start with conic section. So the first question which comes is, what is a conic section? A conic section So let us first discuss the definition of conic section. A conic is a locus of a point which moves such that the ratio of distance from a fixed point to its perpendicular distance from a fixed line is constant. That is, if we write it mathematically, we can write that point to point distance divided by point to line distance is equal to constant. Now let me explain you with an example. समझिए कि एक पॉइंट है S जिसका कोऑर्डिनेट्स है अल्फ़ा कॉमा बीटा. ये हमारा फिक्स्ड पॉइंट हो गया. और हमारा एक कोऑर्डिनेट है P x कॉमा वाई. ये हमारा मूविंग पॉइंट है जिसका हमें लोकस निकालना है. और ये लाइन है L x प्लस m y प्लस n इज इक्वल टू 0. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द डेफिनेशन, डिस्टेंस ऑफ P फ्रॉम x divided by perpendicular distance of P from this line, which is PF. This is constant. So when we write in terms of these coordinates, we will write PS divided by PF is equal to constant. That is, ये रेशियो कांस्टेंट रहेगा. तो हमें इस रेशियो को एक नाम दे देना है. Let us suppose that this constant is E. Then PS by PF is equal to E. Now let us calculate the distance between P and S. तो P का कोऑर्डिनेट्स है x, y और S का कोऑर्डिनेट्स है अल्फ़ा, बीटा. तो जैसे हम लोग सबको पता है कि डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला से हम लोग दो पॉइंट्स के बीच का डिस्टेंस निकालते हैं. सो लेट अस कैलकुलेट द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन P and S. सो दैट विल बी इक्वल टू अंडर रूट ऑफ x माइनस अल्फ़ा का होल स्क्वायर plus y minus beta का whole square. This is the distance. So the coordinates of P is x comma y and the coordinates of S is alpha comma beta. So we can calculate the distance from P to S using distance formula. So the distance PS is equal to under root of x minus alpha का whole square plus y minus beta का whole square का under root. Okay, so this is the distance PS. So we have calculated the distance PS. Now we have to calculate the distance PF. So as we know that if we know a straight line Lx plus my plus n is equal to 0, and we have to calculate the perpendicular distance from P to this line, so the formula is L into, instead of x we have to put the coordinates of x, that is equal to x here, plus m into the y coordinates of the point, which is equal to y here, plus n divided by under root of coordinates of x, coefficient of x का whole square, that is L square plus m square का under root का whole mod. So we have calculated the distance PS divided by PF, and this is equal to E. Now upon solving this equation, we get ax square plus by square plus 2hxy plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. I hope that up to here the things are clear to you, and this is the general equation of conic section. So the fixed point from which we are calculating the distance is called the focus, and the fixed line is known as directrix, and that fixed ratio is known as eccentricity. So now let me explain you that in this example, S alpha comma beta is known as the focus, Lx plus my plus n is equal to 0, that is this line is known as directrix, and the ratio Ps upon Py is equal to E, and E is given the name eccentricity. Cool. So now we have generated the general equation of conic section. Now if we calculate the determinant of that equation, the determinant becomes equal to ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus H square. The general equation was AX square plus BY square plus 2HXY plus 2GX plus 2FY plus C is equal to 0. If we calculate the determinant of this equation, we get it as this. Okay, so now from here we have two conditions. Either D is equal to 0 or D is not equal to 0. So let us see how the conic section is divided into different parts, which we all know. So if D is equal to 0 and along with that H square is greater than AB and E is greater than 1. If this condition persists, then there is the given equation is an equation of two distinct pair of straight lines. And if H square is equal to AB, E is equal to 1, these are two coincidental lines. If H square is less than AB and E is between 0 to 1, there are two imaginary pair of lines. Now let us see what happens if D is not equal to 0. Along with that, if H square is equal to AB and E is equal to 1, then we get a parabola, which is the main next topic which we are going to study. If H square is less than AB and E is between 0 to 1, we get an ellipse. If H square is greater than AB and E is greater than 1, we get a hyperbola. If H square is greater than AB, A plus B is equal to 0, E is equal to root 2, then we get rectangular hyperbola. And if A is equal to B, H is equal to 0 and E is equal to 1, we get a circle. So you don't really have to memorize these things because we'll be studying each topic in detail in the upcoming videos. So let us focus on the concept rather than mugging it up. Okay, so let us start with the main next topic, which is parabola. So the first point that comes in parabola is the focus of the parabola. This focus is known as, has its coordinate as a comma 0, and the directrix equation is x plus a equal to 0, and here the fixed ratio which we had studied is equal to 1, that is eccentricity of parabola is equal to 1. So now let me explain you the general diagram of the ellipse. So this is the y-axis as you can see here, and this is the y-axis. Now this is the origin 0, 0, and it is known as the vertex of the parabola from where the parabola is originating. Now the parabola is something like this. This is the shape of the parabola, and this point is known as the focus and has its coordinate a comma 0. Okay, and this is the directrix and its equation is x is equal to minus a. The coordinates of the point where the directrix meets the x-axis is known as the foot of directrix, and its coordinates is minus a comma 0. Now let us understand the various terms in parabola. So first we have the focal chord. Now focal chord is any chord which is passing through the focus. So this chord, this line is a focal chord, this line is a focal chord. If we draw a line from here passing through the focus, that is also a focal chord. So that is basically a focal chord. Now let us check what is latus rectum. So latus rectum is a special case of focal chord in which the focal chord is perpendicular to the x-axis, or in other words we can say that it is parallel to the y-axis. So this line which is passing through the focus and perpendicular to the x-axis is known as latus rectum. And since the coordinates of focus is a comma 0, so the x coordinate of these end points of latus rectum will be a, and this distance is 2a. So we get the end points of latus rectum as a comma 2a, and symmetrically opposite in this direction as a comma minus 2. So now let us study the focal directrix property. So as we have learned in the conic section that the point to point distance divided by point to line distance is equal to E. So in case of parabola we have eccentricity equal to 1. And now let us calculate the point to point distance. So here the moving point is x comma y, and the fixed point is the focus which has its coordinates a comma 0. So using distance formula we get under root of x minus a ka whole square plus y minus 0 ka whole square divided by point to line distance. So the point is x comma y and the fixed line is x equal to minus a. So calculating the perpendicular distance we get mod of x plus a divided by 1 is equal to 1. When we calculate this equation, we get the general equation of parabola as y square is equal to 4ax. This is the general equation of parabola. Now I have shown you what is a focal chord, what is latus rectum. Now let me explain you what is a double ordinate. So a double ordinate is any chord of the parabola perpendicular to the axis of the parabola. So this line is a double ordinate. Similarly, this line is a double ordinate. This line is a double ordinate. Any line perpendicular to the x-axis is a double ordinate. Also, latus rectum is also a double ordinate. In other words, we can say that latus rectum is a line which is a focal chord as well as a double ordinate. Now, as we have studied, the endpoints of latus rectum is a comma 2a and a comma minus 2a. So the length of latus rectum becomes 4a. Now the parametric coordinates. You all know what parametric coordinates is. So in case of parabola, we take the parametric coordinates as 80 square comma 280. Also you can check whether this satisfies the equation y square is equal to 4ax. So we get y square, that is 4 280 ka whole square is equal to 4a square t square is equal to 4a into x, and x is equal to 80 square. So we get 4a square t square on LHS as well as on RHS. Now let us see what is tangent at vertex. So tangent at vertex. The vertex is 0, 0 and the tangent at vertex becomes the y-axis, and the equation of y-axis is x is equal to 0. Now let us consider the parabola in which y square is equal to minus 4ax. So this is the parabola in which y square is equal to minus 4ax. Its vertex is 0, 0. Its focus has shifted to minus a, 0. And the endpoints of latus rectum becomes minus a comma 2a and minus a comma minus 2a. Also, if we consider the parametric coordinates on this parabola, we get minus 80 square comma 280. You don't have to learn these things. You can just draw the diagram and then write according to yourself. Considering the other parabola, which is x square is equal to 4ay. In this, the diagram would be somewhat like this, and the vertex will all remain x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. The focus becomes 0, a, and the latus rectum becomes this line. So the x coordinate of latus rectum is 2a and the y coordinate is a. Just interchange of what happened in y square is equal to 4ax. So as this point is 2a, a, the symmetrically opposite point will be minus 2a, a, and the coordinates, parametric coordinates will be opposite of what happened in y square is equal to 4ax. There we had 80 square comma 280. So here we have 280 comma 80 square. And the directrix is y is equal to minus a. You don't have to memorize these things. And the fourth and the last parabola is x square is equal to minus 4ay. In this, the focus is 0 comma minus a and the latus rectum is 2a comma minus a and minus 2a comma minus a. So now let us do one question. So we have to find everything for the parabola y square is equal to 12x. Now you can pause your screen and find the diagram. You can draw the diagram, you can point out the focus, the directrix, and do all the things which I have taught you till now. Pause your screen for 2 minutes and then you can. So now let us see whether you have done the right thing or not. So this is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. And the parabola is y square is equal to 12x. So now let us consider with the general equation y square is equal to 4ax. So here 4a is equal to 12. So we get a as 3. Okay. So the parabola would be somewhat like this. And the focus will be 3, 0. And this will be its latus rectum. The endpoints of latus rectum were a, 2a. So here it will be 3, 2a, that is 6. And this will be 3, minus 6. This will be the vertex, that is 0, 0. And the directrix is x is equal to minus a, that is x is equal to minus 3. So this is about y square is equal to 12x. I hope you have got the correct answer. Now let us solve another question. You can write this question: 4y square plus 12x minus 20y plus 67 is equal to 0. And now you have to find everything in this parabola. So you can pause the screen and do. Let me give you a hint. You can consider this parabola somewhat like y square. Capital Y square is equal to 4a capital X. And then you can do it. Okay. So let us do. Here 4y square plus 12x minus 20y plus 67. So we get 4y square minus 20y plus 12x plus 67 is equal to 0. So this is equal to 2y minus 2 into 2 into 5 का whole square minus 25 plus 12x plus 67 is equal to 0. So taking this 2 out, we get 4, and that is equal to 4 y minus 5 by 2 का whole square plus 12x plus this is 30, 37, 42 is equal to 0. Taking this 4 on the other side and also this on the other side, we get y minus 5 by 2 का whole square is equal to minus 1 by 4 12x plus 42. So we get y minus 5 by 2 का whole square is equal to minus 3x. So we count 3 outside, that is x plus 42 by 3 into 4. Now this is equal to 1 4, 7, 2. You can calculate this and we get the final equation as y minus 5 by 2 ka whole square is equal to minus 3x plus 7 by 2. Okay. So this equation is somewhat similar to the general equation y square. This is y squared is equal to minus 4a into x. So here 4a is equal to 3. So we get a is equal to 3 by 4. Minus 3, so we get a is equal to minus 3 by 4. Okay. And now let us consider the equation y square is equal to 4ax. So we'll calculate everything according to this equation and then we'll transform it according to this equation. So in case of this type of equation, we get vertex as 0, 0, that is x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. So instead of x, we have x plus 7 by 2. So x plus 7 by 2 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 7 by 2. Accordingly, y is equal to 0. Here we have y as y minus 5 by 2. So y minus 5 by 2 is equal to 0. So y is equal to 5 by 2. So the vertex of the parabola becomes minus 7 by 2, comma 5 by 2. Latus rectum is, length of latus rectum is 4a, is 4 into 3 by 4 is equal to 3. Length of latus rectum is 3. Also, the end points of latus rectum is a, comma 2a. So we get x is equal to a. So to avoid any confusion, any type of confusion, you always have to consider a as positive. Whether it is the equation y square is equal to 4ax or the equation y square is equal to minus 4x, always consider a as positive. So rather than taking a is equal to minus 3, we have to take a is equal to 3. So in case of the parabola y square is equal to minus 4ax, what I had told you was the endpoints of latus rectum is minus a comma 2a and minus a comma minus 2a. So let us stick to one concept, that we will consider a positive everywhere and then we will use the general equations which we had used and then we'll calculate. So capital X is equal to minus a. So capital X is equal to minus 3 by 4. Okay. And instead of capital X, we have to replace it with x plus 7 by 2. This is equal to minus 3 by 4. X is equal to minus 3 by 4 minus 7 by 2. This is equal to minus 4. So this is minus 3 minus 14. So the x coordinate is minus 17 by 4. Similarly, y is equal to 2a. So y is equal to 2 into 3 by 4 and we have to replace y with y minus 5 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2. So we get y as 3 by 2 plus 5 by 2 is equal to 8. 5 plus 3 is 8 by 2 and that is equal to 4. So the endpoints of latus rectum is a comma 2a and minus a comma 2a and minus a comma minus 2a. So that becomes equal to minus 17 comma 4 and minus 17 by 4 comma minus 4. Okay. So let us recapitulate what we have studied in this lecture. The general equation of first we had studied the general equation of conic section. How we have derived that equation? By considering the point to point distance divided by point to line distance is equal to E. Then we had derived the general equation of conic section. Then we had discussed the various conditions for which we get the different kinds of conic sections, for example parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, etc. Then we have studied parabola. So in parabola, the first basic equation is y square is equal to 4ax, in which the focus is a comma 0. Next we studied y square is equal to minus 4ax, in which the focus is minus a comma 0. Next we studied x square is equal to 4ay, in which the focus is 0 comma a, and then lastly we studied x square is equal to minus 4ay, in which the focus is 0 comma minus a. Okay, so I am giving you a question which is a nice question and a tough one. Find the equation of parabola whose focus is 1 comma minus 1 and directrix is x plus y equal to 7. Okay, so two informations are given in the question. हमें दो बातें बताई गई हैं कि फोकस 1 कॉमा माइनस 1 है और डायरेक्ट्रिक्स का इक्वेशन x प्लस वाई इज इक्वल टू 7 है. तो ये साफ साफ पता चल रहा है कि ये जनरल पैराबोला नहीं है ईजीएस्ट फॉर्म में जिसका वर्टेक्स 0 कॉमा 0 होता है, क्योंकि उस केस में हमें पता है कि फोकस a कॉमा 0 होता है, पर इसमें हमें दिया है कि फोकस 1 कॉमा माइनस 1 है, तो हम डायरेक्टली इक्वेशन यूज़ नहीं कर सकते. अब हमें क्या निकालना है? लैटिस रेक्टम और इक्वेशन ऑफ एक्सिस. तो ये एक काफ़ी अच्छा सवाल है और ये मैं आपको होमवर्क के तौर पे दे रही हूँ. इसको आप कंप्लीट करिए और इसका वीडियो सोल्यूशन हम आपको नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में देंगे. फॉर अ हिंट, लेट मी टेल यू दैट यू हैव टू यूज़ द फोकल डायरेक्ट्रिक्स प्रॉपर्टी इन दिस इक्वेशन. दैट इज़ द पॉइंट टू पॉइंट डिस्टेंस डिवाइड बाय पॉइंट टू लाइन डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल टू 1. सॉल्व दिस इक्वेशन. ये बहुत अच्छा इक्वेशन है एंड टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन कि आपका आंसर क्या आया.